This is raw cream, and in this video I will show you how easy it is to make raw butter with it. So all I have here is raw cream, and we don't need anything else for it. I just had 3 liters left of raw milk, and I've just separated the cream from it yesterday, and now it's time to make butter with it. All we have to do to make butter with it is just to start shaking it. And I just forgot one thing to mention. It's really important that you have for example, I have a jar like this, and it's not possible to fill it completely. You have to keep a little bit, so it's always best to have it half full, and because otherwise it's not possible to make butter with it. So yeah, just shake it. So the reason why I'm shaking it is because in the milk the fat has really small particles, and by shaking it, it gets bigger and bigger, and you separate the fat from the milk, from the liquid, and then you end up with butter. And I've just shaken it for around 2 minutes, and I already have whipped cream state, and now it's just time to shake it even more. And yeah, it's just important to stay patient and just shake it. Maybe if you can find some family members, some small kids, they will have pleasure shaking it. So after shaking it for a while, I almost got it. When I will shake it now for, I think, for 1 minute more, you will hear a sound, and this is when the fat is separated from the liquid. So we got it. And what we can see now, in the jar we have the milk, the buttermilk, and the yellow pretty gold colory thing is the butter. So now that we have got the butter from here, I just went to a cooler place because it's really hot outside. It's almost 33 degrees or something, and it's always easier to work in a cooler place when making butter. And what I do now is I will just shake it even a little bit more, and after that I will put it in the fridge for around maybe 2 hours, maybe 1 hour, because I don't have time right now. I will have to go somewhere else. But it's always easier when you put this thing here, you know, the buttermilk with the butter in the fridge, because what we have to do now is, you know, what you see is the buttermilk, and we need to get out all of the buttermilk which is still remaining in the butter, so it doesn't go rancid as quickly. So yeah, I will just put it in the fridge, and yeah, see you later, and just have a look again how beautiful it is. Just a second. You know, this looks so good. I just want to eat it right now. And you know, the buttermilk which is still in there, you can make really good pancakes with it, like buttermilk pancakes. It's absolutely delicious. Mostly I just drink it, and I just give it some of my family members that really enjoy it, and it's just really delicious. It's not the buttermilk that you can buy in the supermarket. You know, you can't even compare it. It's just a different thing. It's the buttermilk in the supermarket. You can't really call it buttermilk. You know, this is real buttermilk. Yeah. So now we are in the kitchen, and we will continue with the process to making butter. And yeah, I just will show you what to do next. So basically all we need to do is to get out the buttermilk from the butter, and I will just show you how to do it. And basically we just need 2 bowls, one filled with ice and I will just fill it with cold water, and it will make the process easier. So when you work with raw milk, it's always important to be very clean. So wash your hands and everything, and yeah, don't make a mess. So you can see the butter on my hand. It's getting a little bit soft because my hands are really warm, and the room temperature is also high, so it's best to make it quick now. So the first thing I always do is to separate the buttermilk, and I just do it like this. I'll put it in this glass here, slowly. We don't want to waste anything. You know, it won't be a lot because it's just a small amount of buttermilk. You know, this is just a small amount, but it's unbelievably tasty. That's all.
Very nice.
Now you can see the butter. It's quite a lot of butter. You know, it's from 3 liters milk. Yes, yes, yes. This is gold. There's still some buttermilk always left, just put it. You know, it's too delicious to waste it. So as you can see, we have the butter here, and now I will try to get all of the liquid out there, and the remaining buttermilk. Just press a little bit like this. Now it's already getting soft here because it's really warm inside. So we have to be a little bit quick. Just press it just like this. And you know, just make sure you get most of the liquid out, and the rest I will put it in here again. From there. Now we need to wash the butter, and I will just put it here in this bottle with the 3 or 4 ice cubes. Okay. Just put it in here. So yeah. Just usually it's always best to do it with your hands. Just make sure it's cold, because otherwise the butter will just melt. And then you just try to get the rest of the liquid out, and you can just pour it in the sink or somewhere else. And you know, you just continue this process until the water that gets out is very clear. So, because the butter is already starting to melt a little bit, I will pour a little bit more ice in here. Because it makes it easier, you know, because worst case scenario is when the butter melts, and then it's just, you know, it's really difficult to work with it, and you know, it doesn't make fun. You know, and just make sure, you know, to get all the liquid out. You know, as you can see, it's still a little bit, you know, it's not clear, the water, and you just want to make sure the water is clear, and this is a sign that there's not so much buttermilk left, and this is our goal, and this is what we want to achieve. So the butter can keep longer and doesn't go bad really quickly. And if you like, you can get a spoon and do it with a spoon. It already looks quite good. Just need to get a little bit more of the liquid out. But yes, it's working, you know. And actually it's probably my 4th time making butter myself. So I'm not an expert in this field, but you know, I can somehow do it, and you know, I'm having fun doing it, so that's the most important, I think. You know, there's almost no liquid in there anymore, so I would say it's almost ready. So now it's just a question where you want to put the butter in. You know, most of the time I just put it in a plastic box like this. I also have like 2 of these wooden tools, you can form butter with it. And for example, here you can see, I think it's a goat. But in the past, when I've tried it with this, I didn't have the best results, so I just formed it with my hands and just put it in a plastic box. But maybe for the sake of this video, I can maybe try to do a little piece of butter with this thing. Just put butter in there. But the problem is, it's really hot inside, and you know, when making butter in a hot climate and when the room temperature is a little bit high, you know, it always tends to melt, especially when you're working with your hands. So yeah, maybe in the winter it's a little bit easier to deal with such things. So yeah, let's try. Very good. So let's see how it works. So you can see it here, but you know, the problem is it just sticks. So it doesn't look too bad, but you know, I'm not the best at this thing. I just put it in the box here. Now it's already starting to melt again. That's not good. And there we have butter. Really easy, really quickly. You know, I think everybody is able to do that, and I think everybody should try it, to give it a try, because it's a nice feeling to make your own butter. And so now I will put it in the fridge. You know, it won't last long because I'm eating a lot of butter. So yeah, I will probably finish it within 5 days. So this is the remaining buttermilk, which I will drink myself. So just keep in mind, you know, this is just one way how you can do it. It's probably not the best method to do it, but it's a way, and you know, it's also my 4th time doing it. So I'm not the best at it, but you know, I enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you have learned something in this video. So coming to an end now, I wish you all the best and see you soon.